Yesterday, we had a good conversation about the Democratic sit-in at the House. You know, the no bill, no break. Well, apparently today the sit-in ended after 25 hours, and they all went on break. And there was a commitment. There was a commitment to doing something when we came back, and we had this conversation last night about, is it good to do something? Is it good that they're just trying to do something? Should we, does it matter what they're trying to do? Like, is it really that big of a deal? And my answer was yes. And, I was very critical and harsh about it, whatever. But I got to give a shout out to my sis, Pamela, Goddess Pamela. She was on the show with me last week. She pushed back against us a little bit. She goes, isn't it good though? At least look at this strong showing of effort. And, I'm still kind of like, nah. But one thing, someone else pointed out on Twitter is that they were asking for people to submit their testimony about gun violence to your representatives and your senators. And that I actually think is a very strong piece, right? I really do think that people who have experienced or who have thoughts or who have, live in communities where these are issues, I really do think that you should take the time to write your congressman, to write your congressperson, to write your senator, to let people write your state folks too, and let them know kind of about gun violence and about how that has affected you and what you think about it, whatever, and that you want them to do. But let's not just say we want them to do something. Let's figure out what are some things that we want them to do. Because again, I was really disappointed by tweets I saw from Feinstein yesterday when she's talking about keeping Americans safe from foreign nationals. The hell are you talking about? Omar was born in New York. He wasn't a foreign national. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, so that's where I got caught up at. Like I couldn't get past, this supposedly brave incident, this showing of bravery and power, right, of Dems, when they could have shown bravery and power when they actually had the majority some years ago. But when we use this coded language, when we use these fear tactics and this fear mongering to try to move along something that really won't even put a dent, but they're doing something. And that's what we can't get. If they're willing to, they're acting like they're willing to step out there, right? And they're trying to force this conversation and they're claiming this is a broader conversation, then let's make them accept the challenge. Let's accept the challenge. They're saying they're going to do something. Let's be specific. Tell them specifically what you want them to do. It don't matter if you decide to leave the party and go green. It don't matter if you pushing for a brand new Congress in 2018. We have the people that we have right now, and they are still accountable to us because they represent us, and we need to flood them and make sure they listen. Because if they want to do something, all these grand gestures, okay, I got something for you to do. I got a whole long list of things we do. And I don't care that the Republicans will only meet us in this place. If you that about it and you that ready to defy what other people are saying, then you should be ready to go the distance on these issues. Because if you want to start campaigning on this stuff, because that's just look at it, right? They did this and now they're on break until after the 4th of July holiday. And then basically when we get back, it's going to be general election time, campaign season, right? I mean, look at that. Like this is a perfect commercial stuff. People are going to go back to their districts and talk about this. When they come back home to their districts, challenge them to do something, but list what that something should be. And it needs to be way more. They're trying to use that terror watch list that is hugely flawed. We've all been posting several different articles and stuff about it, about why that is so problematic. Do something, but do something. Go big or go home. Like seriously, you can still go green. More power to you. You can vote them out in brand new Congress 2018. Do whatever you got to do. But we still have these people right now who are grandstanding and saying they're trying to do something. They claim they want to keep us safe. Let's put that challenge to the test. It's not going to take you much but to write up a little email or send a little note, write a postcard. I got some postcards. If you local, I can give you some postcards. I mean, push the conversation, force them to. So I just thought that was really interesting. And Sean King actually, I credit Pamela and Sean King. Sean King had a piece earlier today where he basically said that, it was this great showing. And he also lives here in Atlanta in John Lewis's district. And, I respect him and he's this great person, whatever. And then he talked about the issues that we've already laid out with the law and why it was problematic. But the fact that they were willing to take this stand, okay, you're willing to make the stand. Well, let's make it count. right? You want to use your voice? Well, these are the ways. Come up with 3 to 5 things they could do. What are 2 things they could do? The universal background check provision, like we talked about before, that actually makes sense. But so often we use these statistics, and it takes the argument out of context. We talk about this one very minor area. I think it's only a couple of hundred deaths are due to rifles a year compared to the thousands due to handguns. And I'm not trying to belittle or minimize death at all, because it's very serious and very real. But if we're going to use statistics, if we're going to use data, we're manipulating it for maximum emotional capacity, I'm going to call you out. And I'm not going to be nice about it. So challenge them. Don't just say, yes, oh my God, that's so great. They're doing something. You know what? Hitler did something. Jim Crow was something. Just because people are doing something doesn't always mean it's a good thing.